European industrial ecosystems must be at the heart of our ongoing recovery efforts. So we believe that only by involving all the stakeholders, valuable solutions can be achieved. And EUMICON speaks to all the stakeholders, including the trade associations, NGOs, academics, corporate representatives, and also political stakeholders.
We cannot afford to replace our dependence on fossil fuels with one on critical raw materials.
Europe's key industrial ecosystems, as we call them, rely on raw and advanced materials. And these ecosystems, just to give you a number, will account for more than 32 million jobs and 2 trillion euros added value by 2030.
We have to live and work with China, but as my commissioner is often saying, we cannot afford to be naive.
China is leading the global recovery. It has recovered in a way that will allow it to have positive GDP growth in 2020. It will grow by 2% this year, 8% next year, which means that by 2021, the Chinese economy will actually be 10% larger than it was in 2019.
We have allowed ourselves over the last 25 years or so to consider that mining and metals is something not to be proud of, and we should let other people in the world do it. And that's not right, because we're still consuming the stuff. So we should be taking responsibility for A, insisting that people who produce it for us respect good levels of environmental and social performance, but B, that where we can, we should do more ourselves in Europe.
In general, we have in Europe a lot of companies that are very successful, that are innovation leaders already in their industries.
Yes, I'm absolutely sure that the European Union has to do much more to be less independent from third countries, especially in very important and strategic areas.
Europe is one of the world's richest regions and the continent that's caused a third of the world's historical emissions. We really have a responsibility to lead in the fight to tackle climate breakdown.
That if we do not adapt, if we do not take the necessary measures from now to become climate neutral, we will have to pay even more.
The solution is competitive green energy for Europe. That we have electricity and in the future also hydrogen at globally competitive rates. Then the industry, then the consumer will make the right choice and will go in this direction. I would really urge not to think about more complicated regulations, tax regimes, or other things put in place.
We should also be thinking about finding a way to tap the previously unused surpluses of renewable energy production. Because at the moment we have surplus produced, but we're not using it actively.
And here, a support in certain innovation funding, in support of getting the necessary amount of green energy available, building up the infrastructures to support not just the industry, but also consumers. That's the way innovation will accelerate and will kick in.
The European Recovery Plan is fostering a major change, and this major change requires innovation, and this innovation creates a better future, and the best future is the future made in Europe.
Raw materials are indispensable drivers for the transformation from the, as we just have heard, from the brown to the green, from the linear to the circular economy, and to drive the decarbonization process.